To make an appearance! Fight the mighty Changfei again! I'll take you all out!
I see it! Bear witness to my power! Well, I'll be quicker than that! Open it! Turn the table! Bear witness to my power! And open it! Whoa! You're done for! And open it! I see it! Concentrate! Let's end this!
What is this?
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Uh-huh.
An expeditious advance is essential to our cause. Onward, everyone! March at once!
Don't get too far ahead. Stop here and see if things shake. Wipe out a lot of them!
I can't believe the enemy officer has been defeated. I see you. Bear witness to my I can't believe the enemy officer has been defeated. Officer has been defeated. I see it. The enemy officer has been defeated. Bear witness to my power. This advance is essential to our cause. Onward, everyone! Oh my God!
I can't believe this.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Begin the advance. Onward, everyone, without delay. Begin advancing. Such great strength. I'm pulling back for now. You're incredible. You know that? Keep doing what you do.
You seem to have recovered.
Even so, the next steps will be crucial.
Teach you what happens when you charge into things head first.
Double our effort. What could possibly drive you to charge so recklessly into the fray?
Gotta be quicker.
Begin the advance. All units, march! Begin the advance.
Now is the time for forward momentum. Come, onward! March forward!
It is thorny. Walk it with shit. Can't believe this. The enemy officer has been defeated.
This position is vital. You cannot lose it.
I shall put an end to you with my intellect.
Thank you for coming.
Here.
I sense the bond between us strengthened. The enemy officer has been defeated. The time is right. Go.
There we go.
Yes, how about this? You gotta be quicker than that. Looking rough. Easy. See you. Looking rough.
There we go.
I believe in you. How about this? You gotta be quicker than that. Let's go.
We fight. Let's go.
The enemy officer has been defeated. The enemy officer has been defeated.
Now is the time for forward momentum. Come, onward! March forward!
Begin the advance. All units, march. Begin the advance.
brother.
Admit defeat. Admit draws here.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Yeah. That's right.
Hey, came to see the flowers at night again? It's nice here, isn't it? Perfect for a drink. You do? Then let's stay here a while. I've been meaning to talk with you, but you've been doing a great job. My brothers have really started to depend on you. I'm glad I made all that effort to win you over to our side. Really? I'm glad to hear that. I've been thinking about that time a lot lately. But you really like it here, don't you? You've even started thinking of it as home? You've already become one of us. Who cares about your past now? From now on, you're one of the family. That's how much you've come to mean to us. But even though we're better off than we were, there's still more work to be done. The three of us always live life on the edge. will you remain by our side through it all? Haha, a straight talker. I like that. All right, let's enjoy the rest of the night. Let's make a promise. If either of us gets injured, the other has to nurse them back to health.
Well.
Let's go. Let's go. You're with me. Ain't nothing to worry about. Now, move forward. Take this.
officer has been defeated.
Guard down yet.
That one would put up a good fight for sure. I'm gonna go see for myself. Now, they're fighting over there? Don't think I'll let you guys have all the fun. Get advancing. In this here. There we go. Take it. Gotta be quicker than that. Take this. Rough. There we go. I've been waiting for this. Time to act. Rough. The enemy officer has been defeated. No matter how you slice it.
In this here.
All my might. All my might. The enemy officer has been defeated. All my might.
Infested.
The enemy officer
Here's the
has been defeated.
resistance is futile.
This territory is ours. Let's go. You've come at the right time. Can you lend a hand here? I've been waiting for this. Take this. The enemy officer has been defeated.
Let's go. Now's the time. How's this? My power alone is insufficient for a comeback. Enough. How's this? Rough.
With all my might. Favorable sword, to say the least. The enemy officer has been defeated. We're claiming this area for ourselves. Let's go.
Where did I go wrong? Things don't look too good.
Get ready to be brought down. Let's go. With all my might.
An officer? You must be kidding!
Well, gotta be quicker.
Take this!
Let's go.
Take this! I won't give up. Not while I still draw breath.
Die! End this. has been defeated. I won't forget this.
You're incredible. You know that? Keep doing what you do.
So you've come. Sorry, but your help is needed here.
Let's go. I'm still waiting for a real challenge.
Situation.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Over you here. You've done very well. It's good to know I can count on you.
This land belongs to us.
As a true warrior of the Three Kingdoms, be proud of your combat prowess.
This hard work
has borne
is ours.
We've got the upper hand now.
Claim another victory in the name of my brother.
We're claiming this area for ourselves. This territory is ours.
Get out of the way, Zeluan. Listen to us. It has to be done for the sake of the village.
What is this? What's going on?
Bailuan. And you're here too, Chuha.
Does the village chief know what you're trying to do?
He does. The child they brought here is related to those rebels, the ones being hunted down by the Han. If the Han find out we're harboring the blood of traitors, we'll be considered traitors too. But Zeluan...
Zeluan. Please, just hear him out. That child.
No, stay as you are, Zeluan. Have you all forgotten our duty? We are bound to bring peace to the realm, to protect it. We are not here to serve the Han, least of all when it would require handing over an innocent child to be put to the sword.
We know that. But if we don't give them this child, every man and woman in this village will suffer the same fate.
So instead of doing what's right, you'd rather live in a world where the Han can kill anyone who disobeys them? Listen to me, all of you. There was once a hermit who helped Emperor Gaozu found the Han Dynasty. That hermit was our forefather, the original Guardian of Peace. His goal was to find those who possessed the right qualities and teach them how to preserve peace in the realm. It was never to submit to the whims of a dying kingdom, to slaughter the weak and those deemed enemies by virtue of their birth. The Han is in its death throes. It cannot be saved, not by us nor anyone. Now is the time to stand up against it, to fulfill our true duty as guardians of peace. We must find the hero of this age and bring peace back to this land. Come, let us talk to the chief. Together, we can decide what should be done.
Storm clouds are gathering, and the sky is growing dark. I always knew it wouldn't end with the village's destruction. Ziluan, this is your last chance to turn back. This may sound strange coming from the one who set you on this path, but what awaits you is likely a past better left forgotten. I won't force you to do anything that you don't want to, least of all for my benefit. So your resolve remains unshaken. You are truly a strong man, Ziluan. Truth be told, sometimes I wonder if I've done the right thing. Perhaps it would have been better if your past had stayed forgotten. And yet, I couldn't help but try to achieve something my father never could. I thought that perhaps that I could finally claim to have surpassed my father, the man they called a saint. In the end, this has all been for my own selfish ends. Forgive me. Maybe it would have been better if you had never met me. Still, it's you who wants to confront your past. I set you on that course, and I cannot turn away from you now. This is my responsibility, and I will not abandon it. Right. Thank you.
Ziluan, you did well to stand up against them. It took some convincing, but the chief finally agreed that our decision was the correct one. We saved the child's life, but now comes the hard part. We must fool the Han and convince them the child does not exist. If he were to be found here, the village would be in great danger. And of course you know that not everyone was happy with what you did. But listen, Ziluan. This was not a mistake. I have been preparing for this moment. It simply arrived sooner than I had expected. It is time to begin our mission. We must find the hero of the age, a man to whom we can pledge our support. Juha, Ziluan, will you lend me your strength and become my wings?
You didn't need to call us here for that. I've already decided. The three of us are going to make our dream of peace come true.
I believe it. With the strongest warriors in the village at my side, I know we can succeed. But promise me Both of you. Once you have found the hero of the age, you must tell me. Then together, we will give him our support and build a new world of peace.
Zuluan. Thank you. I was frozen, unsure what to do. It seems I was more constrained by the village and its regulations than I had thought. This is the true face of the village's strongest warrior, who has reaped the ambitions of so many. How weak I am compared to you. Surprised? You didn't expect me to admit to any weaknesses, I bet. But I feel like I can tell you now, because I know I can trust you. Your ancestors lived outside both the rules of the village and the reign of the Han. I've been told they were a proud people. The truth is, there was never any reason to tie yourself to the village. You always had the means to leave. You have the freedom to fly far, far away from this place. Wherever your destiny might lead you. I want to go on that journey with you, and Bailuan too. Into a world of peace, where we can all soar free.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bailuan, we've confirmed that the invaders are government forces. They already have the village completely surrounded.
How? What happened to our scouts? And even if they have somehow discovered the child's existence, how did they mobilize so quickly?
An informant. Perhaps someone who disagreed with the position you took.
You mean a traitor in the village? Someone rebelling against my decision?
You all need to run. I'll buy us some time.
Juha, you can't...
Please, Bailuan. Look after Ziluan. He was never just a stray we took in. He's so much more precious than that. Now listen. I am the strongest fighter in this village, and you two will only get in my way. Do not try to follow me. You have to live, Ziluan. Live, and create the world we dreamed of.
Juha, wait! Foolish girl! Ziluan, after her! I cannot fly with only one of my wings. We have to save her!
Juha entrusted you with her dream. She knew she would never be able to realize that dream. Yet she believed you would make it come to pass. Perhaps my father believed something similar. But Juha survived, and she appeared before you. Does that mean... No. It couldn't. Things are drawing to a close, Ziluan. And I will be at your side until the end.
How fun! Do you mind?
Yeah.
Well now. Appreciate it.
Thank you for your time today, Lord Pangtong.
Let me think about what you said. Now, I'll be on my way. Oh. Have you some spare time? I'd appreciate your company. Ah, this is a bit sudden, but I'm wondering if I could ask you a favor.
Who is this, if I may? Do excuse me. I am Yue Ying, hailing from Mianon. I am studying away from home, aiming to broaden my horizons. I came to visit here because, well...
Destroying weapons is something of a specialty of yours, right? This lady here enjoys inventing tools that better people's lives, so she wants to know how things work. Creation and destruction are but two sides of the same coin, aren't they? And I can already see that you two would get along. So, Lady Yue Ying, that solves your problem.
And as I don't want to intrude, I'll be off.
And there he goes. Well, I know this is sudden and I do not wish to be a bother, but may we chat for a bit? My goal is to invent things that will make everyone's lives easier and more bountiful. But there was only so much I could achieve back home, completely lacking any form of support. So I made up my mind to set out on a journey in the hope of gaining more knowledge and seeing the latest inventions. And I thought, what better place to encounter interesting people than the renowned Shui Jing retreat? And here, I found you. Really? I imagined you might be suspicious, but I'm glad to hear that. But do you not consider my goal foolish? Many have been suspicious of my motives, or doubted that the knowledge I seek will lead to anything. Yes, you're right. I have no time to question myself. I want to use this opportunity to bring smiles to people's faces with my inventions. Oh, I think I'm turning red. I never thought I'd speak so openly to someone I just met. Even if this was a coincidence, it's the result of my own courage. And I'm thankful for meeting people I never would have otherwise. Would you like to come to the inn where I'm staying? I would love to show you my prototypes and hear your opinion. And please be completely honest. I'll accept anything you have to say. After all, you're the first person who has truly taken me seriously. Well then, are you ready to go?
You seem to be in rather high spirits. Oh, yes. Might you remember what I said to you before? You are no one, so you can yet be someone. And you can be someone, and yet you are still no one. Does that ring true to you? We're all lost before we find our way. Just thinking about it is progress enough. What you choose will, in turn, be who you become. That's what I wanted to say. Right now, you're figuring out the path you should take. It's plain to see on your face. The path you ought to take. Oh no, I'm afraid I was giving advice beyond my station. For what kind of person am I? What kind of person will I become? I have no right to speak of such things to others while I myself remain unsure. Well, it is a shameful thing. A further loss of face. Now you're the one encouraging me. Each time we interact, I walk away feeling energized anew. Now, I've no excuse to avoid putting my all into the matters ahead.
It is good to see you. if you don't mind.
Gotta be quicker than that. Looking rough. Looking rough. Looking rough. Now. Looking rough.
I am grateful.
Oh, it's been some time since we met. Do you remember me? It brings me joy to hear you say my name. I suppose this means you also found our first meeting memorable. Anyway, it's reached my ears that you now serve Lord Liu Bei. Is that right? I've just been wandering the land without aim, but you're different. You've been fulfilling your role as a guardian of peace. Of course. I studied under Master Shui Jing, a teacher to many talented individuals, and in order to keep up with them, I have had to make immense effort. Now, however, I find myself facing a dilemma. Which path will resolve the turmoil plaguing the land, yet also lead to a better future? If what I've heard on my travels is accurate, either Lord Cao Cao or Lord Yuan Shao is most likely to achieve conquest. Still, I refuse to give up on Lord Liu Bei and his compassionate ideals. But I am nobody. If I actually had talent, perhaps I could help Lord Liu Bei find a path to victory. You think so? I see now why you chose him. I apologize. There was no need to burden you with my personal worries. Normally, I do my best not to show my weaknesses like this. But when I'm with you, I feel the urge to show my true self instead of keeping up appearances. Maybe it's your eyes. They're like reflecting pools, showing me as I really am. I'm glad I found you today. I feel you've helped me clarify my goals. I think I shall end my travels soon. Then, I'll pledge my services to Lord Liu Bei and present him with my strategy for victory. I'd appreciate your patience until then. I look forward to us serving him together. Thank you.
It has been too long, my friend. Your willingness to trek so deep into these mountains to join me pleases me to no end. One could hardly consider it a retreat from the world otherwise, could they? I have not invited anyone to this humblest of abodes in some time. Since you have come all this way, I have a gift for you. Stand not on ceremony. I insist you take back as much as you are able. Just so. I appreciate how quick you are on the uptake. On a different note, I have heard you serve Lord Liu Bei as of late. Tales of your exploits have reached even my ears. For you, a guardian of peace, to commit yourself so wholeheartedly is, in a word, fascinating. But allow me to speak of myself for a moment. As you know, my acumen has been extolled as that of a veritable dragon. It is precisely this acumen that, were I to commit myself to the wrong master, could steer the world down the wrong path. Until recently, I have lived a life of seclusion, avoiding contact with those who would wield the dragon for their own ambitious ends. However, once I learned of your deeds, I began to suspect my own conduct to be naught but cowardice. Worry. I suppose you could think of it as such. If one were to consider the waste of my talents to be irresponsible, that is. Living here, isolated from the world, makes it a common occurrence to go days without speaking to a single soul. It would seem having you here has rendered me quite loquacious indeed. What is more, I appreciate the restraint. I half expected an attempt to recruit me into Lord Liu Bei's cadre of tacticians. When the time comes for me to choose my master, I wish to judge them with my own eyes, unclouded by preconceived notions. Now then, will you be setting off tomorrow? You are welcome to stay here, modest though my retreat may be. Remain here as long as you like, or as long as you can stomach such close quarters.
enemy officer has been defeated.
Let's go. Let's go. Not even close to me.
An opening.
All my might.
An opening.
Push harder.
Has been defeated.
Good eye.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
I'm in your debt.
I see. So that weapon's power comes from there. An interesting insight indeed. Thank you once again for your wisdom. Could we speak for a little while longer? There is something I wanted to talk about with an experienced warrior like you. Thank you. Your kindness is much appreciated. Earlier, I mentioned that I want to create things that will make people's lives easier. Where I'm from, there is a chronic shortage of laborers due to the war. So, I designed and created a wooden doll that can perform tasks for people. I was young then, so it was quite rudimentary. It could only make a dough-pounding motion. At first, there were people who were happy to see it, saying it helped with their daily cooking. But then one day, officials came unannounced and tore the doll to pieces. It turns out the magistrate's office had received complaints that the doll moved using some suspicious device. When the officials were getting ready to leave with the doll parts, they said this: "If you're going to build such a thing, you ought to make it able to wield a weapon and fight." I was shocked. I couldn't fathom that there were people who didn't like what I had made, and those who wished to repurpose it for warfare. Well, those who fight wars always demand the most advanced inventions available. In the end, apparently my doll was rebuilt and deployed as a weapon. I only found out because someone came to me to complain that it was useless in battle. Although I was glad to hear that, it made me realize my inventions could be used to hurt someone. But then again, I think responsibility lies not with the invention itself, but with those who misuse it. That's why I have come to the decision to study weaponry, so that I can continue working on my inventions. Instead of dismissing research into weapons as a waste, I'll try to learn everything I can in order to create a better future. Thank you. I will not give up, as long as you're there for me. Perhaps I can help those living through these dark times, like the guiding light of the moon. That may have been overdramatic, but I may as well be direct. Could we stay here a little while longer? I don't want to go back just yet. Really? It's exciting to think that we might see the sunrise together. In fact, I wish to stay with you all the time. So I think I'll build a life-size doll of you. Tonight, I'm going to take all of your measurements. I'll be as accurate and as thorough as possible. It is good to see you.
I knew they'd come. I can't wait to put them to use. I am Lee Dien, your absolute absolute worst nightmare.
Very nice.
Well...
This place has the feeling of a second home. Talking with you always brings me such irreplaceable joy. Hence, why I come all this way. Now that I think about it, our friendship has withstood quite the test of time. Though, something inside me knew that would be the case from the moment we first met in Ji Province. Truly now, our bond is undeniable, to be sure. Now that I think about it, we fought together with Zhang Zhao back then, taking the leader of the Yellow Turbans as an ally, punishing government officials. What wild tribulations fate had in store for us. You were a tremendous help back then, and you have been ever since. From there, I have traversed battlefield after battlefield, wielding my strength for my land and for Liu Bei. I recall all those moments fondly, both the sweet and the bitter. Our journey is far from over, of course. Even now, Liu Bei stands at the center of a storm. That is precisely why I look towards his infinite potential. He's capable of great things. And to have you by our side as well, it's no exaggeration to say, I consider it a blessing from the heavens. You will play an essential part in Liu Bei's campaign. I believe that to be true. I've known you longer than even my sworn brothers. You're a comrade like no other, and your presence fills me with confidence. We've known each other for so long, yet I've never expressed myself so clearly. It was worth imposing my visit upon you, even if it troubled you somewhat. May your wings of righteousness spread wide, my friend. Let us continue to work together, to ponder together, and on occasion, spread our wings together. And after that, we shall ensure that Liu Bei accomplishes great things.
Well...
Thank you very much for such an interesting discussion today. I see it's already quite late. Time seems to pass so quickly whenever I'm with you. You think so? No. Maybe you're right. Recently, it feels like the ideas for my dream invention are coming together. But it's just... my time for studying is almost up. It's been decided by my father that I must return to Mianin soon. Meeting you, discussing my inventions, spending all those nights together. Every one of those days was dear to me. And after I have returned home, I will not falter, even if I'm back to working on my inventions alone. Because I know that you understand me. You taught me about so many things that I never knew existed. Not just weapons, but also feelings. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't be saying this out loud. Actually, once I return home, I was thinking about channeling these emotions to start my work on that thing we talked about. Yes, your life-size doll. It was still in the design phase until now, but even if we are far apart, with this feeling of adoration, I know I can recreate you flawlessly. And when we meet again, I promise to show you the greatest replica of yourself that you've ever seen. Of course, it's for someone I adore. How could I not be? You are someone I hold dear. And no matter what future may await us, I know that I will never find another like you. Until we meet again. Farewell.